Taverny, before I explain how to say where we live, it would probably be better if we go over, oops, this is getting in the way, over the possessive adjectives. So, ma is my, mahus is my foot. Cos, C-O-S, like this with her, is a foot, but mahus is my foot. The hus is your foot. A hus is his foot. A cus is her foot. So with the singular nouns, she is the odd one out. Everything singular gets a H except for her. Mahus, dachus, achus, akas, her foot. And this is with consonants that it works like that. Now for the plurals, they all get eclipsed, but we use different words for that. So argus is our foot. Vorgus is y'all's foot, feet. Y'all's foot. Agus is their foot. Now, when we go over to the vowels, we don't want to make it simple, so we're going to do some confusing things here. We say maher instead of ma-ar, just M apostrophe, maher, my father, daher, your father, aher, his father, uncle, his uncle, but she gets the H. So she gets the H when it's a vowel that's in question, but he gets the H when it's a consonant. Well, all of these get the H. A haher, a henching. So the way I learned these, because this was confusing to me, I kept forgetting it, is uncle, his uncle, a henching, her aunt. And that helped me remember that. Then we have the eclipsis on the nouns, or naher, our father, vor naher, y'all's father, naher, their father. Now, there are some rules about F that I'll cover later because they're not your concentration areas. So I'll come back and cover the H's at the end. Oops, that's showing something I don't want to. Call will to idachoni. Where do you live? Later, when you're learning conversation, you'll want to learn to recognize this question and probably to use it. Frequently on Zoom, we cut it off at call will to. Where are you? Everybody's curious about where you are when you first arrive. Call will to idachoni. Where do you live? There are multiple ways to answer it, and the one you're learning now is the tall may mahoney in Dallas. So tall may mahoney, very similar to like up here. Now tall to idahoni imalya akliya. So ta to it the honey, like the hus. Poshe in a honey yagarki. So that's like with his foot, but we have inna show up. Inna honey. Now we use inna again. So when we talk about her, but just like above, we don't do anything to hers. We say tashi ina koni ivarmano. Now, if we're talking about us, we could say tomwij or tomij. Tomwij inor goni in inish. Tomwij inor goni in inish. If we're talking about you all, Possessive in voor goni. Egalif. Engalif. Possessive in voor goni. Engalif. And I didn't catch that one to color it. Let's see if I can here. Didn't get the color, didn't get anything in it. There. There we got it right. Young olive, so it's got it's shown, and I didn't get the coloring in here. I'll add it again. There. So Toshibid Vorgoni in olive and Toshid in the Goni in non Galgan. So they are. So what you see up here is gets reused 3 times for his, her, and their. And when we add the word in front of it, we again use it 3 times. Inna. We've got something you may not have learned yet in Duolingo, but when we talk about place names that are in Ireland, and there's a few of them that are around the world that have a large Irish population that gets special names, we eclipse after the place name. Malia Igurki, Ivarmanak, Ingaliv, Inungalgan. If it starts actually with a vowel, we say in, and we use in for foreign place names. Then I said I would come back and explain these F's. Okay, when we do our possessive pronouns, we use the M form and follow the same rules as up here, as long as the F is followed by a consonant. But if it's followed by a vowel, then we use these forms. So we have maregra, doregra, aregra, afragra, orvragra, vorvragra, avragra, miekla, diekla, ayekla, afiekla, orvikla, vorvikla, avvikla. And that's